Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hey there, I am really Marty Levinson. Don't let anybody fool you. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, and this is the last regular show before the election. So I gotta warn all of you, hide the women, hide the children. Jewish Chicago is in town, okay? You can pick it up all over the place. You can go to aviworld.com on the web, and you can read the longest, most thorough judicial evaluation you'll possibly find. And there is only one judicial candidate I actually am endorsing on the air, and that is because he couldn't have higher marks if he possibly tried. A very clear choice in his particular 9th sub-circuit race. Highly qualified, well recommended, highly, well, and does great funny brochures. We're talking about Michael Strom. Michael, how you doing?
I'm good, Avi. How you doing? Was that me you were talking about?
That is you I was talking about. Yes. Endorsed by both Jewish Chicago, highly, and endorsed by me on the Northtown News Magazine. And listen, nobody says a bad word about you, okay? Everybody thinks the highest of your legal abilities, even if they have to support somebody else for political reasons. I mean, you're the man. So how is the campaign going?
I feel constrained to take the other side then. Otherwise, there's
well,
no
you're a
argument.
lawyer. You should be skilled at doing that.
Yeah, that's strong. The campaign is chugging right along. The bars have been kind, and we certainly appreciate that. I think the latest tally is 5 of the Highleys wells, and we're still waiting for one more bar association to come in. So might hit 6 before it's all said and done.
And actually, besides for the Highleys and the wells, some of them just recommended or qualified as the highest rating, and you've got some of that.
That's true. The women's bar not only just recommended their highest grade that you can get, but they have retroactively lowered all the past grades of anybody who got a highly recommended. Well, we complied and changed that on the website right away.
Interesting. Well, you are a stickler for the rules, that's for sure. And if you're going to be a judge, that's probably a pretty good idea.
It's a rule-based job.
So tell us about what is it that makes you want to be a judge?
Well, I've been somebody who's been in private practice for 36 years. And one of the things about private practice that's difficult is that they kind of want to, if it's a law firm, your time is money, and there's only so much of it that they want you to spend on public beneficial sorts of projects of the nature I've been doing. So I'd say that work's tolerated in firms and corporations, as I did some corporate work for a while, but it's not encouraged, and I was always bumping up against my ration. And that meant I had to just go kind of turn off the clock, and I was doing some stuff that I wasn't telling anybody about, secretly trying to benefit the community. The thing about going into governmental service is public service is essentially the job, and people, as long as you take care of your responsibilities, in this case a courtroom, they're not going to get upset about doing things in your spare time that are actually beneficial and in fact would help reduce the burdens that we put on courts.
You know, the Chicago Bar Association actually made a point in their highly qualified endorsement of you, talking about your involvement within the community, and it's on so many different levels. I mean, they didn't have to write a whole new book, just to fit that part in. But besides for handling, mock trials and debates and things like that back at South Shore, the things you've done with the Decalogue Society too, where you were formerly president. To get scholarship in there, to bring all sorts of interesting people in to educate, and all these different classes that you didn't just have downtown, but, like here in the West Regis Park community and other Jewish communities. I mean, really, it really expands the reach, and it helps educate people. And sometimes, people besides for lawyers were invited to sit in and check some of this stuff out. So there's really a lot to be learned along those lines. How is the campaign going?
Well, I'm not a politician, and sometimes it shows. I think that at times my dear friend Aviva Pat, who's has the burden of trying to be the campaign strategist for me, just throws up her hands and gives that big effusive sigh that she's so famous for. But to the extent that I'm able, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. The weekends are now very strictly regimented. I'm at a different synagogue every Saturday, at a different church every Sunday. I've been hitting the ward meetings of the 49th Ward has open meetings that I can attend, as do all of the wards in Evanston, which I find fascinating to get an idea of how different these communities within Evanston are. You can see that it's not just one Evanston any more than it's one Chicago, and it's important to have a feel for
You've also been going
yeah.
to community policing meetings. I'm going to
True.
rush you along here because we don't have a lot of time. You've got some great, you've got some really great endorsements.
I do. Senator Dick Durbin, David Orr, who I think is iconic for good government and honesty in government in our area. Very happy to have them. The IVIIPO has endorsed me. And now Jewish Chicago, holy smokes, thank you. Thank you.
And the Northtown News Magazine.
Wow. I'm humbled and honored.
I might even vote for you, who knows? And if I do want to vote for you, what number do I punch?
You punch 179.
179?
Taking the lead from your last guest, I'll do a rhyming thing. 179 and everything's fine.
You've got a website?
I do. Strom for Judge, for being FOR, so STROM, FOR, judge.com. We put updates on there as much as we can, since the ratings are still mutating and there's all sorts of new news. This will go on the internet. We'll put that on the website too. And as things develop, you'll see them there first.
So stromforjudge.com, punch 179, everything will be fine. I want to thank you very much, Michael Strom, candidate for judge in the 9th Sub-Circuit. Remember, you're going to go to the bottom of the ballot first. Vote for the judges, punch 179 if you're in the 9th Sub-Circuit. Michael Strom, thank you so much.
Thanks, Avi.